Happy Monday. This is Kurt Berglund with another Monday baseball book review. Part of my YouTube channel. Every Monday I go through and review and preview and give you the info, the dirt, the lowdown, the scoop on a book that I have read recently about baseball. Might not be published recently, but I've discovered it recently, and today we have another one. This one is called the Colt 45's A Six-Gun Salute. This covers it covers a few things. The title tells us that it covers the history of the Houston Colt 45s from 1962 to 1964, but it actually does a lot more than that. It is a history of Houston baseball leading up to 1962 when the expansion team first took the field, including information about the struggle to get the team placed in Houston, a major league team placed in Houston, information about the expansion draft and the events leading up to the building of their stadium, and actually both stadiums, and the player personnel decisions leading up to the first team. It also goes through some day-by-day events in the first 3 years of the team, and so there's a lot more here than just the first 3 years of the ball club, but that's kind of what the title tells us it's going to be about. The book is available on Amazon and used booksellers for around $30, between $25 and $35. It is a full-size book, almost coffee table size. I didn't measure it, but I'm thinking this is about 13-14 inches by 8. A little oversized book. It's written by a man named Robert Reed, not that Robert Reed, and published by Robert Reed, self-published. The publication date is 1999. There are 226 pages in the book. There are some wonderful photographs in the book, including some color shots. This is a picture on your right of Rusty Staub, and on your left it's a picture of a pitcher named Chris Zachary. Rusty Staub actually wrote the foreword to this book. It's well written and well researched. I was able to use it. It has an index. If you're interested in using it for research purposes, it's very good for that. I don't know if I said this, but 226 pages with the index. There are also some amazing black and white photos, including a picture of some Colt 45 players posing with actual Colt 45 guns. Yeah. So, so it's loaded with pictures. I'm going to page through this so that you can kind of see what the picture ratio is, but there's a color section of photos, and there are black and white photos, not on every page, but just about on every page of the book. If you don't know the history of the Colt 45s, and I didn't before I read this, the history, and they get kind of short shrift because they came into the league at the same time as the Mets, and there were a whole lot of interesting elements to the development of the team and the franchise that I didn't know about that were political. Then there were elements to the player personnel decisions that they made in the expansion draft and in trading and acquisition that I didn't know about. And the other part is that the way the league treated both the Colt 45s and the Mets is covered in the book, and that was new to me as well. So there's a lot of stuff in here especially if you don't know a lot about the Colt 45s or about the expansion period of 61 and 62. First the American League in 61, then the National League teams in 62. There's a lot of information in here about the stories behind how the franchises were developed and then how the teams were developed, including the development of their first minor league system. So it's called An Illustrated History of the Houston Colt 45s, a Six-Gun Salute. The title makes it sound like it's going to be entirely flowery and supportive, and it's not entirely flowery and supportive. It's a narrative, and so it does give the warts as well as the successes of the team and the franchise. So the one thing that it doesn't have, if you're looking for that in printed form, it's not heavy in stats. Although there are stats referred to, it doesn't have charts or tables or graphs or anything like that give you the statistical breakdown of how the team did. There are references to player stats, of course, but there's not hard copy statistical data in here if that's what you're looking for. So, my book review for today, An Illustrated History of the Houston Colt 45s by Robert Reed, published in 1999, with a price tag, depending upon your provider, of $25 to $35, and about 226 pages with the index. A good read. I learned a lot by reading it, and I recommend it if you're looking for a book on the expansion period or just Houston baseball. It covers a lot of information about Houston baseball, even going back into the 19th century. My name's Kurt Berglund. Please subscribe if you like baseball book reviews. I'll be doing one again next Monday. Every Monday we do one, and I hope you'll join me. Thanks again. Have a good day. So long, everybody.